What's good, everybody? So today we're gonna break down what happened in the stock market, and we're gonna talk about my one trade today, which we caught the SPY uptrend here for 86%, and we're gonna hop straight into it. Right? We are gonna back up, and first things first. This is the price action from last week. This is Wednesday. This is Thursday. This is Friday. This is Monday, which is yesterday, which brings us into what happened today, right? This big move here. So one thing that I could say is this is a huge cup, and you could say this is a handle. Another thing you could say is this is a bull flag, where this is the pole and that's the flag. So I called it out in my chat room on Friday just to see a cup and handle where the bull flag is the handle is just wild, right? So there's a thing where we say longer the consolidation, the bigger the breakout. So what we're seeing here during this flag from Thursday, Friday, Monday, right, 3 days of consolidation is likely to give us a nice breakout. Now we could measure that breakout using this pole, which if we're being conservative, we'll say 516 up to about 532. So 16 points, and we'll just measure 16 points on top of this 532, which will bring us to about 548. So 548, 16 divided by 2, right? If we're dividing that move in half, right? Meaning that if we was to make a 16-point move, most likely we'll go about half the way, consolidate, create a flag, and then push for the other half, right? So if that is true, we could see that, okay, we would push up 8 points, which would be up to 40, right? From 532 up to 540, which is what we see here. And then see a nice little flag, and then we should push up for another 8 points from that 40 to about 548. So that's what we could expect going forward. But this was what I was looking at coming into today, Tuesday. And you can see from my watch list, I posted today's same bull flag from yesterday's watch list. You can see we created higher lows, right? A higher low, which brought us to a higher high this morning. This is simple trend analysis using highs and lows, right? Now the question is, where do we go next? So this is telling us we could use simple highs and lows to tell us where the market is going. This is a low, this is a high, and if you continue recognizing the highs and lows, you're going to see that the lows are getting higher and the highs are getting higher. That tells you this is an uptrend, and we should look for the uptrend to continue if we're seeing a higher low being formed, right? So this was pre-market, and because I was able to spot this low being higher than the previous low, once we broke above this, once we got above this EMA, once we had some nice volume and showing that the price is willing to push up further, that gave me a bullish bias. But that is not enough to plan a good trade, right? Or a solid trade. So I also said we have to fully clear 537.25 before we can expect price to travel up to 542. So we're gonna get into where I found this 542, but 537.25 is a key level that I was looking at, which is 25, right about here, this area. So you can see that we held this area as support on the 15-minute chart. So just by switching to the 5-minute, we could zoom into the same area to get some details on what actually happened. So 537.25, that's about this area. So I entered the market at I believe on this candle, and then we sold at 12.27 right here on this candle. So we bought for 75 cents and then we sold for $1.40, right? And the reason why is because this was a key level on the bigger time frame, and I seen this red candle form. Knowing that I was in great profit, and we already pushed up a lot, meaning we could have a pullback with uncertainty if we're going to continue pushing. I decided to take my profit, right? You see that big volume coming in to the downside. That told me, hey, we could actually be making a reversal. So this is a key, because notice that we actually didn't make a reversal and we had this high volume. So what we could do is note that this is an area of demand. I like this right there, right? And just drag that across, and this could be an area where the market might come back down to test, and you could have a nice area where the market could reverse. That is 539.90. And let's take a look at where I got those bigger levels from, higher time frame levels, which is coming from this 4-hour chart. You can see this is the main point that I drew, because this is a previous support. If you back up, you can see this was a previous support that held up twice, here and here, and then we broke through it, right? And then we came up or whatever, right? But note that this is a support and this is a support. Now the rules of the technical analysis is that whenever we break a support, we should come back to test it as resistance. On this chart, this 4-hour chart, I don't see it being tested as resistance after it got broken through, right? We just continue coming through it. But as you can see here, we have the chance to test this same level as support. Now, if this is gonna continue to be a downtrend, right? You can see this is a downtrend by these low highs here, right? If this is going to continue to be a downtrend, then I'm just playing around with this right here just to see where this is going to take us. Okay, yep, that's a legit line. Support, resistance. So we could actually come up to there. I'm just, just playing around, but it could come up to there, go down to there, and whatever. But this is cool that we could see a picture of what's happening, right? But I was saying that if this continues to be a downtrend, right, these levels of previous support should hold up as resistance, right? These previous highs should hold up as resistance, right? All of these market structures, whether it's a trend line, whether it's a supply zone, a previous support, these are areas that should hold up as resistance. Now, if it isn't, right, notice this is a support that didn't hold up as resistance, right? This could have held here and it came down, but it didn't, right? This is actually part of that bull flag that would have been a great trade to the downside with some alignment if you just extended it out a little bit more, right? And notice this is a level, so we could come down to test it and then push up to the next one. This is 537. All right, that's a nice level to take a look at. Notice this high volume. Notice how high this is compared to the previous candles. We have been coming down, right, up until this point, but notice up until today, we're starting to pick up that volume to the upside. Now, all these is telling me bullish signals, right? It's not major bullish signals, but it's all these little bullish signals that is telling me we're not as bearish as we might think, right? It's a lot of trickery happening, right? It's a big move down and a nice move up with the highest volume on this day. And a lot of people is in uncertainty, but that's where a lot of money is made, right? If you are able to get a good position while everyone is scared and just ride the trend. Because if you back up, go to the daily, you can see we're just making higher highs, higher highs, higher lows. If I just start drawing some stuff, just see what we could draw. Oops. We're just gonna connect that high. But why? Because these are just the most major highs. All right, there's individual highs in between that, but you just want to focus on what you could focus on. So if we're looking at this as a channel, right? It's coming down to here, going up to there, coming down to here. This here, notice obviously came down below it, but what happened right after it is that it came back up. So this could be seen as a fake out slash fishing type of move, liquidity grab, whatever name you want to call it. They brought the price below the level and brought it right back up. So this could still be holding as support. Why? Due to the speed of the move, just all the volume that was transacted at that area, and we could zoom out to the weekly to see more of a picture. Now, this is a key, and it actually confirms itself on this weekly time frame, because one of the rules that I have is that you want to see the price close under a level, right? Close, that's a key word, close under a level, in order for it to confirm it's going to continue moving in that direction. So notice this line of support, this trend line, is holding up as support. It's valid, right? Candle couldn't close below it. This candle, you're saying, oh, we are below it, so we're bearish. But if you take a look at this green candle, where is the close? The close is up here, which is, yes, below this line, but I also have another concept where it has to be below the low, right? That breaks that support if it is broken. So long story short, this is the new low, this area here. So notice the candle is not above this low, which means we're still valid. This trend here, uptrend, right? This line of support is still holding up and it's valid, right? Meaning this candle, don't let this freak you out. This hasn't validated that we have a move down. This is from the weekly chart. This is pretty strong. It's just hard to see it when you're in the lower time frames, but you could verify that and get some signals from the volume to help tell you what's going on. You could look at the EMAs on this daily chart, and you can see we got above this 9 EMA, held that support, pushed up. We're above this 50 EMA, which is very hard to do if we're really in a downtrend. So I'm just saying, these are the things we got to look for when the price is reversing and when everyone else is unsure. These are the things that can help you be more certain or less uncertain, right? Because you can never really be certain what the price is going to do, but you could know the conditions, right, and factors of what price looks like when it is bullish or bearish, right? So just pretty much probability, right? You could get 99.9% but never 100. So that's what I'm trying to say, and the goal is to get you guys to that 99.9% by just recognizing these simple highs and lows, simple things that tell you whether we're bullish or bearish. Now, this looks crazy. Notice we started out with a simple chart. We was on a 15-minute, and we just ended up doing some crazy wacko stuff, but it all makes sense, right? And yeah, this is the stock market for you. We made 86% off of one trade today, and we're gonna show you how that went down in the Discord. Pretty much, it's called out SPY. Call option expires tomorrow for 75 cents at the 543 strike, and a few minutes later it went up to 22%. Called out the first take profit, and then let's see, about a little bit more than an hour later it went up to 86% take profit too. Now those same contracts ended up hitting way more than this, but at this time it hit 191, right? Said I'm done for the day, and that is that. So that just shows you that you don't need to do too much, right? You just need to understand what is happening, wait for the move to happen, and that's that, right? This is the bull flag, and we broke out the bull flag. Here you can see we're above this 9 EMA. Price went up, it came down. This is the first signal that, hey, you should look to get in. Price did get lower, but you know, that's the tricks of the market. It's not supposed to be easy, right? It has to do something to either take, you know, your money or for them to make more money. But this is what it looks like, and how you could avoid being faked out is by waiting for candle closes. As you can see, this is still a green candle. If you was to wait, then you would have seen that, hey, we still stay in this trade. Also, we're still above this previous low, so we're still bullish. Price come all the way down and then turn up, never break this low, meaning this is still a valid uptrend. So knowing these little concepts is going to help give you confidence to help you stay in these trades. And then looking at this one, we continue to have green candles all the way up until, you know, for the next 2 hours pretty much till 10:30, 12:30, and then consolidated and then pushed up some more in the afternoon. What might happen overnight, I don't know, but we got our money and we got out. So that is it. If you guys want to join the Discord, the link is in the bio. If you guys need one-on-ones, the link is in the bio. And we do have a September mentorship coming up, 6 weeks. It's going to be in a group, one of the best ever, because it's going to be the first time we're going to have an official video library where you could go back and play the videos on every little piece of my trading system. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And peace. See you next time.